Hello friends, this is Preetha with 5 Minutes of Authenticity, and welcome back to my An Authentic April series in April, where we are focusing on various elements of authenticity. We started off with defining what authenticity is and what its implications are, and then we went a little bit deeper into when does it come under pressure. And I received feedback from several of you, and thank you for that we need to get a little bit deeper into this topic because it is something that affects all of us in various points in our life. And that is one of the reasons I've taken a little bit of a pause. My apologies for the delay of posting this one. But I've been thinking about this at length, and it's truly mind-boggling to me that from childhood, where it is so effortless for a young person to be themselves. I mean, if you see a baby, if they're upset, they will cry. If they're happy, they will laugh. It is effortless. To growing up and getting into adulthood, which personally for me is very boring, but I digress. But if you think about it, it is not effortless for us to be authentic anymore. It is hard. And why does being real feel hard? That is what I want to focus on in this little episode. So getting straight into that, there are essentially two basic areas of struggles that we face. One of them is internal and one of them is external. Now, an internal struggle is often it stems from an insecurity of looking bad, right? So say you have a new student in a study group or in the university or in college, or say a new entrepreneur starting something off. And the similarity in both of these cases is they are not completely prepared. They are learning. Their learning curve is probably very steep. At this point in time, they are faced with the dilemma of one, being confident in what they do, so they gain the credibility of their peers, versus being very open and saying, hey guys, I don't know this. I am learning. I am scared. And what happens when you do that? You have completely ruined your credibility. You are no longer considered probably eligible to be doing what you're doing. And suddenly in front of your peers, you have lost face and you are not qualified. So see, that could be a huge issue when it comes from an internal struggle. And then your imposter syndrome sets in, that the moment the person starts to feel, you know what, if I share my real struggles, if I tell them where I'm failing, I'm going to look unqualified. I'm not going to look like I belong. Now, the other category are external challenges, and a lot of that comes from social media. I will be very blunt and say it. The perfect lives, the perfect vacations, the perfect recipes, the best meals, the flawless skins, all of that has made our lives miserably imperfect inside because we are so scared to portray anything that is not living up to those external standards that have been set by who knows what. It is not real. Even when we post something real, we post it with a disclaimer. That is how much of a hold this external challenge has on us in being real. And oftentimes, the cultural struggles also play a part. I am very blessed to belong to two very different cultures, and I have friends and acquaintances of different cultures, and I've noticed how individuality can come across as rebellious in some cultures, and often not acting that way can appear to be cowardice in some. So it becomes a struggle sometimes to be authentic in expressing oneself without realizing how you'll be taken depending on where you are. You know, trying to be mindful often takes away from our own authenticity because we are so busy catering to an external parameter. So simple ways to overcome those: journaling. Strongly recommend that. Write down what you feel. Once you've written it out, read it to yourself. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this who I really am? And why am I not setting boundaries to make these things go away, to make it easier, to make my life real? Why am I not setting those boundaries? We will talk more about this next time, but till then, stay well, stay real. Thank you.